just in case I want to post this later. Hello, 3.5 person YouTube audience. I'm starting the Simul on chess.com, so I'm recording it for all of you to enjoy later on. Bishop to e2. Oh, Steve, I thought you didn't want to join because... oh, did you just have my stream off because we were playing? Darn it, I posted a Lichess link because I remade the Simul over there. I don't know, it's all messed up, but I'm playing 4 games right now. If you want to, I don't know if there's a way to start one with you as well. I fear not. So we can go b4 here against Brian. And then take his e-pawn, or I could just play e6. Let's try b4 and see what happens. Okay, we've got Andrew here. I'm already pretty much out of book. I think I take on d5 here. a4 from Ralph. Seems like everybody's playing the mainline Slav these days. Okay, we'll go bishop to f5. e5 from Brian. Can I take on c3? Maybe, but knight d5 might be a better idea. If I take on c3, after he takes on f6, I've got tripled pawns on the c file. And the one on c4 is going to get picked off in short order. So let's try knight d5. Andrew comes in with knight to e4. Assume he's going to follow that up by taking back on d5 with his e-pawn. God, I wish I had any idea what I were doing here. What if we drop back to c2? Got an idea that might help me a little bit there, but then maybe he will take with his queen on d5. No, because the knight f3. All right, we're going to try that. He captured on d5, so we'll take back with my c-pawn. Okay. Yeah, all right. And now I wanted to try bishop f4, which targets the pawn on c7. Okay, we'll give that a shot. Bishop to f4. Doc Gonzo plays knight e5. Man after my own heart. We're going to go e6. And against Brian Bigelow, we have an extra pawn and a really big center. So this is looking pretty good. We're going to go e6. Landy played c5. Thinking about f3 here. But I guess his idea is to go queen a5 check, maybe? So what's he going to do if I take the pawn on c5? f3, queen a5 check, and these are pretty uncomfortable for me. I don't think that's a good move. So I think we have to grab that pawn. Might respond with bishop to f5. What about knight f3, and if there's a check on a5, I can go knight d2 maybe? Man, it just seems like that bishop's going to show up on f5, and I'm going to be in trouble. Shouldn't be in trouble already. Kind of feels like it, though. There's no more dark squared bishop, right? So maybe f3 is not that bad. Let's give that a shot. We'll go f3. Okay, next game, we've got Mike Camiso. I'm going to trade a knight on e4. Yeah, he checks me. Okay, we're going to go bishop to d2. We got f3 from Gonzo, which is normal. Let's go bishop to b4. b3 challenging my center against Brian Bigelow. Let's see what... Yeah. Yeah, Steve, I think we're screwed this time. I'm sorry. The Lichess way of doing things is to start them all at once. Okay. So he just wants to take a couple times on c4. I can probably play c3, which with a really nice passed pawn. Can also protect that c-pawn somehow. Let's try c3. Mike takes back. We're going to go knight to d7. Stick this knight on f6 probably. All right. And we have e4. Okay. e4 from white. This is possible, but it's one of those lines in which black can sacrifice. So maybe we'll try that. Bishop or knight takes e4. See where we can go from there. Let's give it a shot. We'll go knight e4. Queen c2 from Brian. All right. Maybe a5 and put a bishop on a6. And we're trading here, okay. Knight f6 against Mike. Yeah, so I'm down a pawn now, and it's going to be kind of hard to get it back. On the plus side, at least black can't really... He doesn't have a dark squared bishop, so I'm not going to get totally screwed on the d2 square as far as I know. I prefer not to be down material, though. All right, what if we go rook to c1? We could also maybe do this, and then try to get active on the king side. Okay, we're going to go queen to h4 check, queen e2 from Mike. Can I move my bishop out before? I think so. I think I can play bishop g4 before playing e6, so let's try that. Bishop to g5, bishop e7, knight c6. Okay, we will go bishop to h3. We finally caught up for now. All right, what about the move f4 against Andrew? Looking to put pressure on the d4 pawn with knight f3 later. I mean, my e-pawn is kind of a weakness anyway, and maybe threatening f5. Might be interesting. Let's give that a shot. Did I just royally screw up, Mike? Kind of looks like. Okay, so see, I told you it was going to be difficult for me to score 50% against these guys. So I take on f7. Then what happens? Knight e5 check, king e8, f3. I don't really see what happens next, so. Let's go king takes f7, queen to c1. Time to get active with bishop a6, I think, against Brian. Knight e5 check. Oh, right, you just pick off the bishop that way. So we can go king g8 or king e8 pretty much. King g8 looks awful because knight takes g4, knight takes g4, queen e6 checkmate will be a little bit disappointing. So let's put the king on e8. We have a trade over here with Andrew and a trade with Brian. All right, I'm down a pawn against Mike, so we'll have to scramble to catch back up. But maybe, I can't castle anymore, so that's out the window. I think I'd like to start getting more control of my weak light squares. Maybe the move queen d6 makes some sense. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, everyone can hear me. Yeah, Steve, it got all screwed up. It turns out there's a setting on chess.com that you have to change, but that you can only change if you're premium, because chess.com sucks. So... Oh, Andrew hasn't been listening? There goes my excuse. I was going to say I was winning because he was listening to the stream. I mean, that he was winning for that reason. All right, rook c1. I guess he can at some point plop a rook in on e3, which is not going to be fun for me, but Got to get active. King e2 from Ralph. Okay. So we can go bishop takes e4. If I go bishop takes c3, maybe he can take on f5. Take on d4. Oh, hey, Andrew. Hey. I was planning on using you watching my stream as an excuse for losing, so I'm really disappointed to hear that you weren't watching up until this point. Thank you. I appreciate it. What to do? We could take on e4 straight away, and then I have temporarily 3 pawns for the piece, but I'm not going to keep all those pawns. Let's give that a shot. Bishop takes e4. Yeah, rook to d3. I mean, the reason I wasn't upset about that is I wasn't sure exactly what the rook was doing there. It's a really good piece, yeah, but I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't be all that easy for black to make progress from there. So maybe a rook c5 here. Yeah, rook c5 is interesting because it helps stop knight a5. Queen to e3. Okay. And I think it's probably time to castle. I don't think I'm in any danger on the king side, so let's castle against Brian. Yeah. So Andrew goes the other rook to e8. I think I'd like to put my rook on e1. Oh, but d3 is coming. We're in trouble, boys. Rook e1, d3, rook d5. Is lost for white. Shoot. Do I have to go knight g1? I think d3 is still a problem after knight g1. Knight g1, d3. Take it with the pawn, rook e1. That's abysmal. All right, we'll try rook e1. Knight takes f6. Take back with the queen. Knight g1. Yeah, it's my kind of move, Steve, but I fear it's as bad as it usually is. Well, the way things are going so far, it's a very good thing that there weren't more people involved in the simul. Let's play h6 and put the question to that bishop, and then activate the rooks. Okay, Let's see how things are going over here. Hey, we got 9 viewers. That's not bad. Nothing like getting smushed by everyone and his grandmother with a bunch of people watching. Taking on h6, huh? So I'm just going to lose to everybody today. Story of my life. I have my c3 pawn, so if I can just survive, I should win. Okay, let's take on h4. We have g3 from Mr. McNeilage. I'm hoping that will give me the rook on h1 somehow, but maybe it just doesn't, huh? Losing another one. All right. I think I only have queen h5, but g4 is pretty awful for me, I think. Okay, and I'm going to take on h4 yet. And I think we have to try rook takes d5 here. I think we do. See what we can make of it. Okay, bishop to g5. Maybe queen e4, and if there's a trade, I can use the d5 square. Let's try that. Castle from Mike. Maybe rook d8, and then try to scoot my king either over to the queen side or to the king side. Okay, so Brian's giving up his d4 pawn. Yes, very tough crowd. I said when the thing started that I was going to be lucky to score 50%. And I'm living up to my self-doubt. So I can go knight c7 to b5 maybe. I can take on d4 with the queen. I don't think he's threatening anything right now. So let's go knight c7, try to improve the position of that piece. Okay, what about knight g1 here? Trying to crawl back into the game against Andrew. The nice thing is this knight on c6 is kind of stuffed right now. It can't advance because of the rook on d5. So let's go knight g1 and see if we can't grab that e-pawn. All right, c3 from Mike. I have got to get active. Maybe we can try g6 and putting the bishop on g7 or h6, rook on f8, and just kind of claiming that this h7, g5, b7, c6 pawn structure protects the king on e8. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, Brian plays this, but I think I can just play queen g6. And he should end up having to trade queens and then move out of the way. Yeah, this is really bad. Uh-oh, Ralph. But wait, what about bishop d3 check as a way of saving that bishop? Guess that's the only move I have, so we'll play that. Okay, Brian trades queens. Want to know so far? Yeah, well, you kind of sort of resigned, so thank you for that. All right, so maybe rook f7 here, and then try to make use of the f file or the h file. Well, if I'm not back to the Andrew Jesselson game yet, he must be thinking, which is a godsend for me. Just try not to think too accurately there, friend. All right, bishop to c5 from white. Yeah. What can I do now to promote this c-pawn somehow? Maybe I will put one rook here for now, because he's got bishop to b6, maybe. All right, I think I like my knight better on c6, so let's get back to that. Do I have to worry about anything on the h file? I don't think so. Let's bring this knight back to c6. Andrew retreats. Okay. So what's his idea? I thought he was going to play rook b3, which was a pretty active, tricky move, it looked like to me. He played rook e7 instead. And I want to just take that pawn on e2. Can I do that? Rook takes e2. He doesn't have a check. He can trade. I think I'm recovering my material here. That's lucky. All right, so we've got a4 from Brian, which in the long run should be very bad for white. This well, I mean, white's in trouble anyway because of the c pawn, but what am I talking about? Okay, knight back to c6. Okay, did I miss something? I hope not. Okay, we're going to take back on e2. Queen e1 from Mike. What? Why queen e1? Can we just go rook f8? Why queen e1? Do you want to play c4? I don't know. Rook f8. Andrew's trading when I have the more active king here. Maybe he's feeling like a generous Andrew today. All right, we're going to take that, obviously. f3. Okay. Let's go rook to f4. Gets me another space for my king. And we should be activating the king in this endgame and trying to get the knight to be as good as it can be. Got some dark squares under control, so I think I can go ahead and advance the king at this point. Andrew defends his d-pawn, so he saw my threat. Gosh darn it. Now what to do? I want another rook in the game. I think we're going to do that with king h7. Okay, king f3 from Ralph. Yeah, and at least now I'm not immediately dead. I can go queen. I can go queen h4 and try to hang on somehow. I don't understand. Like I play pretty good chess normally, but you put me in a situation in which I'm nervous, and it's just the most garbage stuff you'll ever see. Okay, queen h4. So Andrew's activating his king as well. I mean, I might as well keep going, I think. We have g3. Okay, so yeah, that takes some of the pressure off d4. I guess that makes sense. I think we'll go rook to f7. King to e7 from Andrew, and I think we should take the 5th rank. Of course, he'll be trying to kick me off of it, but for now, I get to stick my king on the d5 square. Yeah, king g2, I wanted to go rook to h8 here and trade a pair of rooks. And then I'm really in no danger on the king side and can try to improve things from there. He's attacking with the king. Yes. Yes, I am. Andrew's going down. No, probably not. Okay, so how do I bring my knight into the game here in a way that gets me something? Let's try knight d4, so that he has to calculate what happens if I trade knights if he brings his out. Okay, we've got knight back to d3, scaring away my bishop, which makes a heck of a lot of sense to me. Hey, you know, when you sacrifice a piece, if I sacrifice 2 pieces, actually? Oh, I must have had something on d3. Guys, I swear I'm a national master. Okay, he took on d3. I think I have to take back. And then we kind of go from there. He checks me, okay. a4 against Mike. a4. Alright, I think I just want to tuck my king in the corner and then try to recover my pawn later in the game. Queen takes d3. Okay. Well, at least nothing is going to attack my queen soon. That's really great. I'm going to go knight d7 against Ralph and try to make progress. You know, this is interesting, Andrew, because yeah, it doesn't quite work. I can't make knight b5 quite work. I like my knight on d4, so we're going to leave it there for now. And just start to advance my pawns a little bit. Control some more squares. Trading here, me and Mr. Bigelow. Alright, so Mike's expanding on the queen side. He has an extra pawn, but I'm hoping that the fact that all his pawns are on dark squares and some other stuff that I'm going to come up with later will be good for me. King G8 here. Oh, I finally caught up, but I'm not keeping up on the clock all that well. Okay. Let's go knight f6, see what we can make of that. Okay, yeah, we've got to get Andrew to weaken his position enough that I can make something of this. How do we do that? Knight b5, knight c6. Not really. Could try knight b3. Could try b5 to take the c6 square away from his knight permanently. But it takes the b5 square away from my knight too. That's what I don't like. Knight b3 looks interesting though. I'm going to try that. Okay, king f2. And at some point we want to queen the c-pawn, but can't do that yet. Let's try rook to f5. And I think here we want to tuck the king away in the corner just to make things safe, and then we will try to do something against Mike. Yeah, okay, so knight e6, and then I thought about knight c5 check, which compels a knight trade. See, that could very easily be losing for black because of how advanced white's king is. Knight c5 check, knight c5, bc5, for example. Or king c5. Yeah, could be very good for white. I think it's certainly not worse than a draw. So just to clear out my toughest game, I think I'm going to play knight c5 here. That's a good move from Brian, g4. It is a good move, but I think... No, rook f4, I'm going to run into king to e3, so let's go rook f7. Yeah, and I think we want to take with the king here. Okay, improve the position of the rook. Which way are we going? We're going here. Alright. King comes up to e3. I think that makes sense. If I can, I'd like to trick Brian into putting his rook in a really bad square. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to play g5. Yeah, king e6 makes sense. King e6 makes sense. How's he going to deal with this? Let's find out. Okay, rook f1. But now we get to go g6, and rook to h7 and maybe get rid of the last pair of rooks and then dance the knight around and hopefully win somehow. Okay, so he plays g5. Still, how's he going to deal with this? I'm going to trade there. Yeah, I saw this and I wanted to play h5. Tough position against Ralph. Oh wait, do I have knight g4? Bishop g3, queen f6 check, king takes g5, h5, checkmate. Ah, I have knight takes g4. Cool. Yeah, he takes back, and now I want him to show me what he's going to do about this. Okay, rook a2 against Mike Camiso. Now my plan was e5, so maybe we'll go ahead and try that. Open some lines against White's king. Oh, wait a minute, he's going to play rook e2. What about e6 instead? I mean, my pawn's just a sitting duck there, but at least his bishop's not targeting it anymore. If I go e5, the problem is rook e2. All right, we'll try e6. So b5 now against Landy. Rook h1. Yeah, and I think I just want to trade here. His bishop can't really do anything in my territory. So let's trade and then figure out how to win, if I can. How can we do that? Let's actually have a plan, though. Can bring my king over there. And then go there, there. Try it. I don't have time to think. You know, I think I should keep this rook. Maybe we go king g7 instead. Man, I may not have a way to break through here. Rook h7 takes. Pretty sure I need the rook. I need to keep the rook and do something with it. So let's go king 2 g7. All right, Mike takes on c6. I guess we got to take back. Don't I have this? Queen f6 check. Okay, so Andrew's playing king to e5. So now my plan is a6. It should win, shouldn't it? Oh, maybe not. Maybe he stalemates me in the corner. Maybe he stalemates me in the corner. A6 takes. H5, and he just kind of... Yeah, that looks like a draw. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Is B6 any better? I don't think so. I think A6 is the only move. Alrighty, he goes rook to F1. Actually, I kind of want to put my rook somewhere else, so that I can move my king over to the queen side, guard some squares over there, and then try to use my knight and rook to do something. I'm going to play rook c7 for now. Okay, we got a capture here. Queen e4 from Mike. I think e5 is my best bet here. Oh, but then a rook to the e-file, and I still can't take on d4. All right, so a rook lift instead, and we'll try to attack somehow. Rook h1. I want to go rook to c8. Yep. h6. Yeah, he's saving a tempo, but I don't think he really needs it. h5. h5 looked sufficient for a draw. Ten viewers, all right. I'm moving up in the world. I'm sorry to say that several of my games are looking pretty bad right now. But it looks like it's looking like I'm going to draw Andrew, so that's not too bad. And we have rook to e1. Okay, let's try rook f5 or rook h5. Or I could play e5. Still doesn't work, though. It sucks. Okay, let's go rook f5. Rook f1. Okay, so now he's giving me the h file. This should be very good for black. Yeah, I'm not going to win this one. King c8 or king c6. I mean, it's just going to fizzle out. All right, so let's head for the end of the game. I don't know what on earth I'm doing in this game. It's terrible. Right, let's go queen back to f7. I have nothing. Okay, we can invade with our rook on h1. King to g2. All right, so we want a pawn. How many pawns do we have? We have 7 to 4. And I'm down a minor piece. Okay, got to do something with this knight. f5 is now a great square for the knight, actually. So let's go knight h6. Don't think I'm worried about bishop to e5. Okay. Rook c2. So what if we just go rook to b1 and take the b3 pawn? I don't think he has any way to invade. I'm going to draw here. I could try e5. It is garbage, though. Yeah, okay. Good game, Andrew. Glad I came out with a draw after that terrible opening. Well played. King to d3. Rook takes b3. Rook there. Darn, he saw that I was attacking his rook on a2. That's all I had. We're gonna go. Shoot. I think we're gonna go h6, so I have another space for my king and try to find some counterplay. Knight to e4, yep, but I was going to play queen to g6 here. Okay. And now his bishop on g3 is pinned, which might help me at some point. And my knight's coming to f5. Good game, Andrew. Thank you, sir. Yeah, no, you must have had something. Once you played rook e3, I think rook b3 at some point was probably strong. You may know better than I do, though. All right, so we've got 4 games total, and one of them's a draw. This one's looking pretty winning. We're going to go take another pawn to make sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, king c2. So wait, after d3, and I played rook e1. What about rook takes e2 check, rook takes e2, rook takes e2 check, king takes d3, and then just eating all my pawns? Because I thought your knight was guarding against a back rank checkmate. Okay, f5 is a great square for the knight, so we're going to put it there. And we're going to take another pawn. I don't think I can trade queens against Mike. I think I have to keep things going somehow. Maybe with queen b3. Just try to take on a4 or c3, I guess. We will try it. Okay, and then here, how do we win this game? We'll go rook a1. Probably just maneuver the rook around to b2 or move the a pawn up or the b pawn. Yeah, that didn't look, I mean, I think you're pretty good at tactics, so I don't think that was a calculation that was beyond you. I think you're eating a lot of pawns there, and so you just play h6 or something at the right moment, and I'm down a couple pawns. Could be wrong. Okay, we've got king d3. I could check on d1 and then play rook d2 check, but it might be better just to go rook b1. What games are left? I'm losing against Mike Camiso, and against Dr. McNeilage, things are kind of up in the air. Yeah, I guess. It's too bad that the Simul didn't work out on chess.com, but I'd rather play here anyway, to be honest. Okay, we'll go rook b2. No, we'll go a4. I know it's Ralph. I'm just trying to irritate you, man. All right, so a4, a3. Just giving you a hard time. Yeah. Chess.com is, I mean, they've got a domain name that gets them a lot of players. But that's all they have. Their software is god awful. All right, which way are we going to castle in this game? I've got kingside and queenside available to me. Queenside comes with threat, but is probably going to make me more vulnerable. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. It's not easy for him to attack over there. Yeah, okay. We're going to castle queenside against Ralph. Going to be a little bit careful about my dark squares, but I can always play knight takes g3 if I have to. Bishop takes e5. Oh, not looking too good, boys. I think we have to take here. And what do we want to do now? We'll go rook d2 check. That's pretty funny. Why do you sandbag? Okay. A2, I guess, and then we'll go b3. Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to do that, but stuff like that, just play weaker than I had to in certain games so that I'd have a more fun time against opponents later on. It builds bad habits. All right, b3. We're trying to queen a pawn. You know, I think there are quite a few Smurfs on Lichess as well, because I seem to do a lot better in the Blitz pool than I do in arena Blitz things, Blitz tournaments. Maybe it's just that those guys are used to berserking, so they have lower ratings than they would have if they never did that. I'm going to try to hold in a queen ending against Mike, I guess. This is lost, though. Alrighty. So now we could take the pawn on d4 if we felt so inclined. But I'm going to play b2 instead. Okay, so here I'm lost, but I could take the a-pawn and hope for something. Yeah, I'll grab the a-pawn and try to make white leave his king open in order to do something with that e-pawn. Queen c4 is a move I was hoping to see from Ralph, not Dr. McNeilage, because it allows knight to e3 check, which picks up the queen. All right, so we're winning that one. Should be winning this one against Brian. Just got to somehow survive against Mike. Okay, we'll just take this guy with check. And we got a pawn, but we got to get two more in order to be... I have to get two more pawns back in order to be equal in material. I mean, I guess I can at least try to create a counter threat by moving my a-pawn. Maybe he'll let it queen. a5. All right, knight takes c4, and we make a queen in this one. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know they were paying so much attention. What do you mean the private messages aren't truly private? Okay, we have queen takes e4 here. Oh, well, I mean, I guess I just always assumed that that was the case anyway. Mods anywhere have to be able to read chat so that they can moderate it. Okay, we're going to go bishop takes e1. And then if rook takes e1 against Ralph, queen c2 check forces bishop e2 when I can take more pawns. Ralph resigned. All right, good game, Ralph. Thank you for participating. That was a good game. Really tough. I think he must have been better there at some point. I'm not playing well, that's for sure. Okay, we're going to go rook to g8 against Mike just to protect the g-pawn. e7, queen e8, takes. Hopefully I can live there. We'll try. So I guess given how badly this Simul started... Oh, what's this? This was the description of one of the accounts. Nice. Seems legit. Yeah. I mean, if you make it that obvious, they can tell. I guess I have some chance in a rook ending against Mike here to... Oh, I don't know. Yes, you too, Brian. Good game. I'm sorry the whole thing got messed up at the beginning, but thank you for making a Lee Chess account and joining the second Simul. Hope we will see you again next time. Wait, so does that mean... No, I have two ongoing games right now, so I think Brian is still playing, which is fine. play it out to its natural conclusion. Okay, I don't have a choice here. I think rook g7 loses to e7, so we will go king h7. God, this is so lost. Mike Camisso, you didn't hear that. I'm winning. Oh, looks like my webcam got all screwed up or something. No, it's okay. E7, okay. Now if I go queen e8, queen e8, things are a little bit ugly. Queen e8, rook d1 to d8, and that's not good. Yeah, well, he's beaten me before. He's a tough cookie. Tends to smash me in the opening, and I don't always come back. Can't see a way out of this. Maybe queen d7 hangs on. Perhaps. Let's try that. 2 ongoing games, but how do I see the other one? Oh, okay. So I think Brian just didn't resign. I'm going to claim victory in this game. Good game, Brian. And we just got the game with Mike. You know, like I said at the beginning, 50% wasn't an unlikely score given the strength of the opposition and my unfamiliarity with Simuls, so this is fine. I kind of just wanted to take control of d1 in this game so that Mike couldn't put his rook there and then go rook d8. Yeah, but Rob King didn't have that much trouble with it last week, so I think I need some practice. It's you and me, Mike. Don't screw it up. Not sure how effective taunting Mike is going to be because he may not even be listening to the stream. I guess this simul was a success. Okay, he goes queen f7. I'm going to go rook g7. Right? Or does that just lose to? Now I'm going to go rook g7. I don't have anything else. Oh, you son of a gun. You did find it. I think I was I was hoping for e8 queen when I can play queen takes f7 and only be down a pawn. This wins, and what else wins? I think just queen f8 wins. Well played, sir. I think it's time to resign. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed kicking my butt. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully we can do it again at some point in the future. Take care, everybody. Good game, Mike. And see you all around. Hopefully at actual chess clubs at some point soon. See you guys.